Have you ever felt unusually tired after a short walk, or found yourself gasping for breath when climbing stairs that used to be easy? Maybe you've noticed your shoes fit tighter than they used to, or you've been waking up in the middle of the night struggling to catch your breath. If you're like most folks, you chalk these things up to aging, stress, or maybe just a rough week. But what if I told you these everyday annoyances could be early warning signs of something much more serious? Today, we're talking about heart failure, specifically 13 subtle signs you might be ignoring every single day. These are the signs you can't afford to overlook, because your heart is counting on you to listen. Heart failure. Those two words alone can send a chill down your spine. But let's be clear, heart failure doesn't mean your heart suddenly stops working. It means your heart isn't pumping blood as well as it should, and your body isn't getting the oxygen and nutrients it needs to function. It creeps up slowly, often disguising itself as harmless, everyday issues. That's why so many people, especially men over 60, miss the early warning signs until it's too late. The good news? If you catch the signs early, you can take steps to protect your heart, stay healthy, and keep enjoying life with your loved ones. So, let's dive into the 13 early signs of heart failure that most people ignore, but you absolutely shouldn't. As we go through each one, think about your own health, and be honest with yourself. Sometimes, it's the little things that make the biggest difference. The first sign is persistent fatigue. You might say, "I'm just getting older," or "I've been working too hard." But if you find yourself worn out after simple activities, folding laundry, walking to the mailbox, or making the bed, it's time to pause and pay attention. This bone-deep tiredness happens because your heart isn't pumping enough blood to your muscles and organs. If you feel like you're running on empty day after day, don't brush it off. Number 2, shortness of breath. It can sneak up on you. Maybe you notice it when bending over to tie your shoes, or when you're lying flat at night. You might even wake up gasping for air, your heart racing in your chest. This happens because fluid builds up in your lungs when your heart isn't pumping effectively. Don't tell yourself it's just a sign of being out of shape. If you notice changes in your breathing, take them seriously. Third on the list, swelling in your feet, ankles, or legs. You might think it's just water retention or that you were on your feet too long. But swelling, especially if it gets worse as the day goes on, can be a sign that your heart isn't moving blood efficiently, causing fluid to pool in your lower body. If your socks leave deep marks or your shoes feel snug by evening, pay attention. Number 4, rapid or irregular heartbeat. It's easy to dismiss a flutter here or there, especially if you're feeling stressed or anxious. But if your heart is racing or skipping beats for no clear reason, it could be a warning sign. Your heart might be working overtime to compensate for its reduced pumping power. Don't ignore palpitations or new arrhythmias. Your heart is trying to tell you something. 5th, persistent cough or wheezing. Most of us blame a nagging cough on allergies, a cold, or even a change in the weather. But if your cough lingers, especially if it produces white or pink-tinged mucus, it could be due to fluid backing up in your lungs. This is a textbook sign of heart failure, and it's often overlooked. Number 6, increased need to urinate at night. If you find yourself getting up more than once or twice to use the bathroom after you've gone to bed, it can be a sign your body is shifting fluid around because your heart isn't pumping properly. This might seem harmless, but over time, it can disrupt your sleep and drain your energy. 7th, loss of appetite or nausea. When your heart struggles, your digestive system suffers too. Blood gets diverted away from your stomach, and you might feel full faster, lose your appetite, or even feel queasy after eating just a little bit. If you're skipping meals or pushing food away without meaning to, listen to what your body is saying. Number 8, confusion or difficulty concentrating. The brain needs a constant supply of oxygen-rich blood to function at its best. If you're noticing you're more forgetful, can't focus, or feel mentally foggy, it's not just senior moments. It could be your brain signaling that your heart isn't keeping up. 9th, chest discomfort. Most people think of heart attacks when they hear chest pain. But with heart failure, the discomfort can be subtle: pressure, heaviness, or a general sense of unease in your chest. It might come and go, or it might be persistent. Don't try to tough it out or blame it on indigestion. Take any new chest discomfort seriously. 10th, persistent or sudden weight gain. If you gain more than 2 or 3 pounds in a day or 5 pounds in a week without changing your diet, your body could be holding on to fluid. This is a classic warning sign that your heart isn't moving blood efficiently. Don't just blame your scale. Pay attention to unexplained weight gain. 11th, difficulty sleeping or waking up breathless. Heart failure often gets worse at night. You might find it easier to sleep propped up with extra pillows, or you might wake up gasping for air. If you're tossing and turning, struggling to breathe, or waking up drenched in sweat, don't ignore it. 12th, reduced ability to exercise. Maybe you used to walk a mile every morning, but now you're winded after just a few blocks. Or maybe you can't finish your usual round of golf without stopping to rest. If your stamina is slipping and you can't keep up with activities you once enjoyed, it's time to have a heart-to-heart with your doctor. Finally, number 13, general weakness. This isn't just about feeling tired. It's about feeling weaker, less steady, and unable to do things you once took for granted. Maybe you're struggling to get out of a chair, carry groceries, or climb stairs. When your heart can't supply enough blood, your muscles suffer. Don't ignore growing weakness. It's your body's way of asking for help. Now I know what you're thinking. I've had a few of these symptoms for years. Isn't it just part of getting older? It's true that aging brings changes, but heart failure is not a normal part of getting older. These signs are your body's way of waving a red flag, asking you to pay attention before things get worse. And let me tell you, as a man in my 60s, I understand the temptation to brush things off, to tough it out, or to tell yourself, I'll see the doctor next month. But the truth is, acting early can make all the difference between a manageable condition and a life-altering crisis. Let's talk about why people ignore these signs. For many of us, there's a certain pride in being tough, pushing through discomfort, and not making a fuss. Maybe you grew up in a time when men were expected to grin and bear it. Or maybe you've spent years putting your family's needs before your own. But when it comes to heart failure, ignoring the signs can be deadly. The longer you wait, the harder it is to reverse the damage. And the people who love you, they want you around for years to come, not just as a memory. It's also easy to confuse heart failure symptoms with other conditions. Fatigue can be blamed on poor sleep or a busy schedule. Swelling might seem like nothing more than too much salt at dinner. But when you put these symptoms together, a pattern emerges, one that points directly to your heart. That's why it's so important to look at the whole picture, not just isolated complaints. Now, you might be feeling a bit anxious after hearing this list. That's normal. But remember, heart failure isn't a death sentence, especially if you catch it early. With the right care, medication, and lifestyle changes, many people live long, fulfilling lives after a diagnosis. The key is to listen to your body and get help when you need it. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms, especially more than one, don't wait. Make an appointment with your healthcare provider. Tell them everything you've noticed, even if it feels small or embarrassing. Your doctor can run tests to check your heart's function and help you make a plan. Sometimes, all it takes is a few changes to your diet, exercise, or medication to put you back on the path to good health. And if you're not having symptoms right now, that's great. But don't take your heart for granted. Eat a balanced diet, stay active, watch your blood pressure, and keep up with regular checkups. Your heart is the engine that keeps you going, and it deserves the best care you can give it. Let's be real. No one likes talking about heart failure. But knowledge is power, and when you know what to look for, you can take charge of your health. Remember, your family, your friends, your community, they all count on you. Don't let a silent, sneaky condition steal your future. Stand up, pay attention, and take action. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one simple message. Your health is worth fighting for. It's never too late to listen to your body, to ask questions, and to seek help. You've worked hard for the life you have. Now it's time to protect it. If this video helped you, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe now, leave a comment about your experience, and share this with a friend who might need it. You could save a life, maybe even your own. Thanks for watching, and remember, it's never too late to take care of your heart. Stay strong, stay informed, and stay healthy.